Ay, happy na ang biglang tulog ng mga samboy.
Isa ka ang magsakop sa atuan. Ang Espanyol or ang Australia? Ay, Australia lang ito? Ay, oo, Australia lang ito.
Pag-sure oy, Pinoy. Nakadumdum pa ba mo sa tanan na hita mo sa mga kapanahonan? Tayo sa banta sa mga kaagi sa atong kabukiran sa kamot sa Espanyol. Ipagipangtana, ikabautana ang tubag nimong sako.
Que los españoles conquistaron Filipinas?
¿Conquista? Sí. En la época de nuestros antepasados, es cierto que Filipinas fue conquistada.
Back in 1863, the Spanish regime lasted for almost 40 years. The Inspección General de Montes commenced under the Spanish government pursuant to a Spanish royal decree under the Dirección General de Administración Civil, whose function was to determine, through data collection, the extent of the country's forest resources and oversee their proper utilization as of June 1863. By 1874, the government has given permission the free use of timber under gratuitous license. The royal decree promulgated in Spain approved the definite forest laws and regulations for the Philippine Forest Service, which was drafted by Ministro de Ultramar. And by 1899, January 18, Emilio Aguinaldo made a decree combining the Division of Forests in Bureau of Public Works and the Division of Mines in the Bureau of Agriculture and Industry as General Inspection of Forests and Mines.
What do you know about the Philippine forest history?
I know that the Philippine forest history was determined by the way how Americans governed the Philippine Forest Ordinance.
After the Spanish rule, the Americans took over and wrote their own history on our forest land. During April 14, 1900, U.S. renamed the inspection into Forestry Bureau, the military governor in the Philippines in the company of the issuance of the General Order No. 50. The first director was Captain George P. Ahern of the 96th U.S. Infantry. In September 6, 1901, the Forestry Bureau was changed to Bureau of Forestry. It was placed under the newly created Department of Interior by virtue of Act No. 222. In the year 1910s, the establishment of the Foresters Training School in Los Baños gave opportunity for Filipinos to be trained and established with forestry science. The first generation of graduates assumes the position of Bureau of Forestry. Oriente Building, Manila, headquarters of the Philippine Constabulary, Bureau of Lands and Bureau of Forestry. November 18, 1916, the Department of Agriculture and Natural Resources took all the functions and authority of the Department of Interior. Under Act, the ANR took direct executive control, direction and supervision of the Bureau of Agriculture, Bureau of Forestry, Bureau of Lands, Bureau of Science, and all matters concerning hunting, fisheries, sponges, and other sea plants and such others as may be, hereafter assigned to it by Act 2666. The 1st of 1933, by virtue of General Memorandum Order No. 4, dated December 5, 1932, the Division of Forest, Fauna, and Grazing of the Bureau of Forestry, the Division of Zoology, and the Division of Fisheries of the Bureau of Science were combined into a single special division known as the Fish and Game Administration, which was placed under the direct administrative jurisdiction of the Department of Agriculture and Commerce. 1937, January 1. By choosing Forester Florencio Arta Meses as Director of the Bureau of Forestry, the government indicated that the country's forest service will become more Filipino. June 8, 1939. Under Commonwealth Act No. 452, the Bureau of Forestry was granted authority of grazing and pasture lamos.
Nabakay nahibawan sa mga kaagi sa atong mga hinuno sa una.
Base sa akong hibalaan, luoy ang atong kabukiran tungod sa pagsakop sa Espanyol, Amerikano ug mga Hapon tungod kay kulang ang atuang pagdipinsa sa atuang kabukiran.
Philippine Commonwealth. During this era, the Bureau of Forestry continued the works of former regime without any change at all. In the year 1937, Florencio Tameses made history when he became the first Filipino director of the Bureau of Forestry. The first land classification in the Philippines, and Filipinos started the management of the Philippine Forest Service, and it is also a major contribution to this period.
On Jane ga Philippine mo sepo kuto o gozon de Jessica.
はい、私のジェンスがフィリピンのサイトをしたことはしたいんです。
And by the administration of Japan, July 1, 1941, under the Fish and Game Administration's reorganization plan, under the Department of Agriculture and Commerce, the Division of Forest, Fauna, and Grazing's duties were returned to the Bureau of Forestry, and those to the Bureau of Science. The Division of Zoology was renamed the Division of Fisheries. As of January 30, 1942, by virtue of the Administrative Order No. 1, which was issued by the Commander-in-Chief of the Imperial Forces of the Philippines, the office was renamed the Bureau of Forestry and Fisheries under the Ministry of Agriculture and Commerce. February 1945, the Bureau of Forestry was re-established with Forester Carlos Sulit as officer in charge. As of April of the same year, 44 district officers and 5 divisions make up the Bureau of Forestry. After the footprints left by Japan, the Filipinos finally fully managed the Philippine Forest Service, where it was claimed on the Philippines' independence on July 4, 1946. Starting here, the Bureau of Forestry was separated from the College of Forestry. On 1960, the Reforestation Administration was created. BFD, or known as Bureau of Forest Development and Forest Research Institute, were created. June 10, 1987, the Forest Management Bureau was created. 1990, the Plan for Forestry Development was created, and as of 1995, community-based forest management was adopted as the national strategy.